programming that we do here. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our first speaker, Chief of Staff Yusuf Vital for the Office of Abdel Nasser Rashid.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good evening, everyone. I guess it's technically not Eid yet, so I can't wish everybody an Eid. But you know, I might slip it in at some point. Who knows? Enough time might pass by. But as was shared, my name is Yusuf Vidal. I am Chief of Staff for State Representative Abdel Nasser Rashid. First and foremost, I want to just thank everyone for their calls and their messages, their emails, just inquiring about the representative and his family's safety. As some of you may know, the representative was visiting his parents and his family in Palestine, and last week there was an attack by Israeli settlers on his village in Tormosaya. And so, you know, he's been in contact with the U.S. State Department, with U.S. elected officials to make sure that there's safety being provided for the village alongside with some of the surrounding towns. He extends his best. He wanted to be here today, but unfortunately, due to the circumstances, he will be unable. If anyone is interested in following up and just learning a little bit more what's happening on the ground, you know, feel free to follow up, you know, approach me after the program. I'm happy to share that. With respect to the event, the Big Eid networking event, really excited to be here, and a happy Eid early Mubarak to everyone here. It's really a privilege joining so many, I see so many familiar faces, friends and colleagues. And so this is my first time joining this event. I'm not sure if this is the first event, but I think it really speaks to the vast diversity and experiences in our business community. Throughout the 21st District, our office has been meeting and working with many business owners between Bridgeview to Berwyn. At the onset of the representative's first term, we began posting, quote unquote, these coffees with the rep throughout the district in partnership with the business community, but also to better understand some of the challenges that they're facing and how we can best support them. And so later this summer, what we came out of those conversations that we'll be working with some of the local chambers, businesses, and business leaders to promote programs and resources provided for by the state. We're also excited to partner with them and DCE, so the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and empowering them with these services. This also includes partnering with the small business development centers, which, as many of you know, are located throughout the state and provide business counseling at no cost. And so we're really committed to making sure that we're empowering local business owners, small business owners throughout the district. The other thing I want to share is that out of those conversations is we also saw a real willingness to you know, partake and be involved. And so we're also commencing the promotion of our office advisory councils. And so they're going to help guide and refine the representative's legislative agenda. But one of the first councils that we will be enacting is the Small Business Advisory Council, to make sure they can share that input in real time. We can create policy that supports our business community in the 21st District and throughout the state. And then lastly, I will share that, you know, our office is always available to our constituents to best serve them at any capacity. Beyond the business grants and beyond the technical assistance, we do provide support in matters relating to healthcare, to professional licensing, housing, and so on. However, don't be discouraged. If you or someone you know is a constituent, have them reach out, because no matter what the purview, even if it's outside of the parameters of our work, we're committed to making sure that we're, you know, doing our best to address their needs and help them through their case. And so I hope that, you know, this is one of many more conversations within our community. I was just talking to Michael, and I know we have a very rich business community. The MENA community, the representative is Palestinian. I'm from Chile, I'm Latino. I know we live in some of the similar neighborhoods, some of the same neighborhoods, and so I hope this is one of many more conversations that we can continue to proactively talk about how we can continue to support one another and empower our business efforts. And so thank you for having me, and without further ado, I want to extend an invitation for Michael to come and
Thank you for the warm welcome, and thank you for being here. My name is Michael Fastnacht. I'm the CEO of World Business Chicago, and Miriam tells me every day I work for her, and she is right. So, but this afternoon is a great opportunity to not just celebrate the Big Eid, and I got my lessons of why this is such a joyous occasion, but I also want to call out, I think we at World Business Chicago have to do in the future a better job to do more programmatic events for and with the Muslim community in Chicagoland. I think we have not done enough. I want to really thank Miriam to be a leader in our organization. And so I told her today, this is the first of many to come, I hope. Because if you look at what we're celebrating today, today's special day, I think teaches us important lessons of devotion, resilience, and important power of unwavering belief. I think these very quality resonates, I think, deeply with all the journeys we all have gone through as human beings and as business leaders. Because each day we face countless challenges, hurdles, and setbacks. But it's our faith and our commitment to our community and to our dreams that allow us to persevere, to rise above the difficulties, and to achieve success. And since we talked today a lot about small businesses, because I think the businesses we create are not just means to financial prosperity, hopefully, but also means to service our community, uplift those around us, and contribute positively to our society and community. And we at World Business Chicago, our central mission is really to build both a prosperous and inclusive economy. One cannot live success without it, and we in Chicago, Chicagoland, should never forget and always focus. It is both growing our economy, but also doing this in an inclusive manner. Because our vision is to make Chicago and Chicagoland the most business-friendly region in the world, to showcase how you can build an inclusive economy. And this work cannot be done alone by World Business Chicago or Miriam, despite our power, but it really needs all your voices, commitment, brilliance, and relentless work to make our city a better place for everyone. So therefore, I want to thank all of you for not just being here today, but for all the hard, important work you're doing every single day. And now it's my pleasure and honor to introduce another amazing leader of World Business Chicago, Agent Tongate, who really leads all the international relationships of our city and oversees our 29 sister cities, and clearly one of our favorite sister cities, Amman. Adrian?
Thank you, Michael, and that stays in this room. Hi, everyone. Assalamu alaikum, and happy Eid to all of those who are celebrating. It's an honor to be here today, and I'd also like to thank Miriam for organizing this very special event. As Michael mentioned, I oversee global strategic initiatives for World Business Chicago, and what that pretty much means is my team touches all things international for both World Business Chicago and City Hall. So we work to drive Chicago's status as a global city, engage international partners, host incoming international delegations, and it's really important to us that we're building relationships here in Chicago. In this role, I work very closely with the Chicago Consular Corps. They're very supportive of both the local community and our international efforts in building bridges and relationships between different cultures in Chicago and the world. So they help drive programming in education, arts, professional best practices, and business. The Sister Cities program really enables us to make meaningful and lasting partnerships between Chicago and the world. And when we discuss Chicago's status as a global city, we recognize that the contributions of the community members, what makes Chicago a very diverse city, and our small businesses are just as vital as the large corporations, the world-class universities, the museums, and the cultural institutions. So what you do matters. You're the backbone of our community. And we're committed. I just want to echo Michael in supporting you in any way that we can. I'd also like to encourage you to become involved with us in a number of ways. Please join our Sister Cities program. I'd love to talk to you about the work that we do. If you're interested in joining one of our Sister City committees, you're welcome to attend events. We host numerous events, different international delegations coming in. And it's a really great opportunity for you to talk about your expertise and share your experiences, and also expand your international networks. I'd also like you to help us build our community portfolio of small business vendors. that is critical to us, that, as Michael said, that we're being inclusive with who we work with. And with your help, we can ensure that our diverse communities have access to more opportunities. And lastly, please don't hesitate to reach out to us when you need help and support, either to Michael or myself, or we have a LaForce speaker in the back, you can raise your hand, who drives community impact for World Business Chicago. So I think that on this occasion of Eid is a wonderful opportunity for us to come together and continue working together, and I look forward to it. And now is my opportunity, is my honor to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Saeed, who's the president of the Muslim Civic Coalition. Thank you.
May God's peace be with you. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Delara Saeed, and really, I'm a Chicago kid. We're really here today because we care about the city, we care about the state, and our businesses, our thinking, our work helps to serve our communities across this area. The Muslim Civic Coalition is a partnership of diverse allies and communities. We are all races, all faiths, all backgrounds, and we're very intersectional because if you are Muslim, you are obviously a race of some kind, an ethnicity of some kind, a profession of some kind, etc. And I want to thank Michael and Miriam for inviting us here today, because what we're focusing on here today is that civic space that comes, right? You make society better by partnerships between government, business, social sectors, and civic sectors. We come together. And the business sector is really critical for our collective success. It is what it is, right? We've got to make business successful for any community to be successful. And it's not just you and I saying this. I'm going to actually give you a little history lesson. We'll take you back in history. All of our prophets, the ones we follow in our faith, were shepherds and pastoral care, and that really helped them care for people. Prophet Muhammad, God's peace be upon him, the last prophet we believe, was also someone who was very pastorally aware, emotionally aware, and had skills with people. But he gained most of his skills by being a merchant. And so he began with business and understanding what people need, what people want, how people build a life, because the economy always is a part of that solution. And he was called al-Sadiq and al-Amin, because he wasn't just a businessman, he was called the trustworthy businessman. And that is the beauty of our faith model in this space. And I want to also thank those who identify as Muslim and those who identify as any faith or every faith and do this work in business. Illinois has the largest per capita Muslim population in the nation. And actually, Chicago has the largest per capita Muslim population in the nation. Over 10% of Illinois leaders and residents who identify as Muslim own businesses or run businesses. Illinois Muslims create over 600,000 jobs. That is, we create 6% of the jobs in Illinois, but make up less than just about 3% of the population of Illinois. We're taught to serve, and service doesn't just come from being a religious or a faith person. Service comes from being in the community. And that's why we identify as civic people, because civic really means doing what is right for society. So I encourage you to take a look at the historic report that was just released, done by the University of Illinois at Chicago, Institute of Understanding and Social Policy at the ISPU, and the Illinois Muslim Civic Coalition, because really a snapshot of Illinois Muslims, because this says it's about Illinois Muslims, it is, and a snapshot of Illinois Muslims, because we're so diverse, is really a snapshot of America's diversity. Is it a snapshot of many different communities doing this work together? We also shared with you at your tables a one-pager, The American Muslim Story. So often people think Muslims in America identify with the stereotypes you and I have heard. So often we think we identify with the challenges or the deficiencies that you and I have heard. But we want you to know that this is a thriving community. It is both one of the wealthiest in the nation and one of the most challenged economically in the nation. So we've got work to do. It is both one of the most conservative in the nation and one of the most progressive and liberal in the nation. We're a complicated community, just like many other communities are. But again, as World Business Chicago wants to build partnerships in the business sector, this is clearly a great partnership that we can begin together. So thank you, Michael, and I'm going to hand it back to Miriam.
If our speakers can just go in the back with Michael, Adrienne, Delara, just do a quick guest photo. I'm actually surprised because Michael said he was going to open with a joke. He said he was going to make a joke about me sacrificing my weekends planning this because of the sacrifice that we do on Eid al-Adha. And it's not like a weird animalistic ritual. People always say sacrificing animals and they look at you weird, but you eat meat, someone sacrificed that for you to eat it. So I will invite up to the stage someone who's a lot funnier than me, hopefully. If not, I don't know why we hired him. Yazid, please come up on stage.
Thank you, Mariam. Thank you, thank you. How you guys doing tonight, man? Make some noise. Make some noise for coming out. Make some noise for all the speakers. And for Mariam for organizing the event. One more time for her. One more time, guys. How you guys feeling tonight? You guys doing good? Oh, man, dude. I just came back from Amman, Jordan, like last night. And I feel like that place is not a real place. I really don't think so. Like, I feel like they try to copy the US so much. And I feel like the whole place is like AI generated. Like I saw a place that said PlayStation 6. Like that's not even out or a thing yet. I don't know. I'm trying to think what else there was. I don't know, they try to copy so much. But I mean, what I'm trying to say is I'm jet lagged, I'm tired. But I'm doing okay though, I'm doing okay. Yeah, everybody here from Chicago though? Yeah. Yeah? Now how many of you say you're from Chicago, but you're actually from the suburbs? Nobody? No one? One. Which suburb? Rainbow Forest? I was like, Rainbow Forest? I never heard of that, it's River Forest. Cool, cool, cool. You drove here though? Nice. Doesn't gas suck? Gas sucks, the gas is high, right? Gas is ridiculous. Like look, I work at a gas station, and y'all look at me like, yeah, we could tell. But no, I work at a gas station and I get customers all the time. They complain to me about the gas prices and like they don't know who to blame. They're like, yo, what's up with these gas prices, man? This is Biden's fault. Another customer was like, yo, this is Kanye's fault. This is Brandon Johnson's fault. I'm like, yo, what does Brandon Johnson have to do with the gas prices? He just became mayor. And I like how they blame the president. You know, it's like, yo, the dude can't even count. It's like 1, 2, ice cream, you know? I don't know, man. Yeah, but I work at a gas station. It's a hood gas station though. Y'all ever been to a hood gas station? Yeah? For those who haven't, you know, I'll kind of give you like a rundown. Like you're driving out the city, you're low on gas, you get to you take the next exit, and all of a sudden you hit a bunch of potholes. You mess up all your tires, and then you get to the gas station and you see your friendly neighborhood crackhead just chilling right outside the gas station, and all of a sudden he starts preaching to you. He's like, yo, Muhammad Ali, the Buddha, Jesus, all these people made a big influence in the world, you know? And if you take this with me, we can make a big influence in the world. And the thing is, I got confused because he mentioned Muhammad Ali with the Buddha and Jesus as if he's a religious figure. I think he got the wrong Muhammad. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I think, man. But yeah, I work for my dad though at the gas station. Yeah, I work for my dad. My dad's an interesting person though, but I can't trust my dad. I can't trust my dad. I can't trust him because he gets all of his news sources from WhatsApp. Like everything from WhatsApp, everything. I mean, he knows. This guy knows, man. All the white people are like, what's WhatsApp? Like, we don't know. Like, they don't know. But, yeah, like, I don't know if you guys, like, watched the Batman that came out last year. You guys watched the new Batman? Very good movie. Like, I like Batman. I come home, you know, and I see my dad, you know, and he's waiting on the couch. He's like, where were you? I was like, I just finished watching Batman. He's like, Batman? I'm like, what? He's like, Batman is gay. I'm like, Dad, what do you mean Batman's gay? I just finished watching the movie. He was kissing Catwoman. He's like, nah, he's gay. Look at the news. I'm like, what news? I'm like, bro, I feel like I could trust CNN more than I could trust WhatsApp right now. Weird. And even like when the Queen died, you know, I told my dad, yo, the Queen died. He's like, nah, fake news. She died 5 years ago. It was a prop the whole time. Even when all those conspiracy theories for COVID were happening back in like 2021. You guys remember those theories, conspiracy theories? Crazy, like one of the craziest things my dad said, you know, he's like, yo, you know the COVID? You know the COVID? I'm like, what about the COVID? He's like, the COVID came from Ukraine. I'm like, what do you mean it came from Ukraine? Ukraine, what are you talking about? He's like, why do you think the war is happening? Why do you think China and Russia are buddy-buddy now? And then, I don't know if you guys heard recently, there are conspiracy theories or research that COVID may have actually came from a lab. You guys heard about this? It's crazy, right? So now I'm thinking about this, I'm like, wait a minute. Is WhatsApp the truth? Is my dad right? was a queen the prop the whole time? Is Batman gay? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Can't trust my dad.
Your fathers know.
What's up?
Your dad knows better.
My dad knows better. My dad knows best, you know? He always knows best, but I don't know, man. I really don't know. I was talking about gas stations earlier. We get a lot of homeless people that come to the gas station. Yeah, homelessness is a big problem in America though. Would you guys agree? Really, really big problem. It's a big problem. Like, but I feel like every city has different types of homeless people, right? Like I feel like the homeless in Chicago are very picky. You guys know what I mean? Like one time, like I was heading out of a Mediterranean restaurant and I had some leftovers. I see this homeless dude across the street. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do a good deed and give this man my leftovers, right? So I go up to him, I'm like, yo, here's some leftovers. He's like, what is it? I'm like, oh, it's Mediterranean. He's like, nah. I don't eat vegetarian. I'm like, bro, take the food. Beggars can't be choosers. And then I was just in New York, like not too long ago. And I feel like the homeless in New York are very talented. Extremely talented, man. Like I was in like Lower Manhattan and I seen this homeless dude and he comes up to me and he was like, yo, give me money. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, I ain't got no cash. Then all of a sudden he did a front flip. Like in his place, like no head start, nothing, just whoop, front flip. Like I was so impressed, I was like, I lied, here's $10. Wild. I was in California not too long ago, and I feel like the homeless in California just blend in very well. Like, they just blend in. Like me and my homies were at a Starbucks, right? And this homeless person walks in, and the baristas, they weren't having it. They were like, yo, you gotta get out of here. Then all of a sudden, he put like a beanie and some round cut glasses on. And then they were like, yo, didn't know you were chill like that, dude, man. Whoa, here's a job application, sign up for our rewards program. I heard Elon Musk laid you off. I work for Starbucks, man. Starbucks is cool. How am I doing on time, Miriam? Are we doing good? Up to you. You know what? I'll end it off. Why not? I'll end it off. But I'm Arab. I'm Palestinian. I'm Muslim. You know, and I'm proud of that. I really am. You guys don't care. It's okay. But thank you, Miriam. Thank you. But no, I'm really proud of that though, and it really inspires me seeing other Muslims and Arabs making it out in the media, right? Like, and I want you to make some noise for every tag that I mentioned. Like, for example, Hassan Minhaj gave the White House correspondence speech. Yeah, Rami Youssef won a Golden Globe Award for a show on Hulu. Osama bin Laden was the best hide-and-seek player. Hey, good job, guys. That was a test. Hey, any representation is good representation, though, right? Right? I think. But one thing that inspired me most recently is that we finally got our first ever Muslim Arab head coach of the NFL, right? That's a nice one, right? Yeah. But he's the head coach of the New York Jets. You get it now? Like, it could have been any other team, right? Like, it could have been the Bears, because we're hairy. Or the Browns, because, well, you know. And then, like, we finally got our first ever assistant head coach of the NBA, who's Muslim and Arab, but he's the assistant head coach of the Houston Rockets. I know, man. Like, dude, like Jets, Rockets, like, why they gotta enforce the stereotype, you know? Like, if they really want to get it right, I think they should make a Palestinian the head coach of the Colorado Rockies. Because all we have is rocks. That's all we got, man. That's all we got. Yo, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for having me. Make some noise for Miriam one more time. And thank you so much to World Business Chicago for having me as well. This is an amazing event. Thank you guys so much. Thanks so much for Miriam, guys.
That is the end of our speaking program. I just want you all to know that this is the start of a lot more programming, as Michael said, with the Muslim, MENA, and South Asian communities. We know that we're all business people, and we know there's a lot of very wealthy, successful folks in the community, and we need you all to plug in to make Chicago's economy better. On your tables, there is a QR code next to some really nice art. You can sign up for our newsletter subscription, where we push out internal information about different opportunities for small businesses and then large community convenings that you all can come to. We do a lot of events. This is just one cute little intro to the community, but so make sure you get your phones out, scan the QR code,